I had a suggestion from a friend to make this video, and it's basically going to be about the energy vampires type of love. Well, so-called type of love. And how to like spot them, and possibly even realise if you're one yourself. Relationships are like really important things. I'm not even talking about relationships with a partner. I'm talking about like as a whole, the company you keep, the habits they have. Well, like, okay, so how to dissociate, how to know the difference between real love and a vampire's love. And really the master of acknowledging this is time. Just give it time, and eventually the true colours of the individual will show. Because it's all love and dovey, like when you first start out. They almost seem like a different person. Obviously because they're trying to reel you in. Sometimes the chase is sweeter than the victory. We also have to associate when, for men, we have to associate when we're thinking with our penises and when we're thinking with our mind. Because if a woman or a man is only beautiful and that is all, then truly they're ugly inside. And we need to like realise this and lift up the veil, take off the rose tinted sunglasses, and see the person for what they truly are. Brings me back to this one quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, and it's like, what you are speaks so loudly, I cannot hear what you speak, or I cannot hear what you say. We have to be careful, you know, because apparently women fall in love with what they hear, and men fall in love with what they see. You might be in love with them double D's, or a nice bottom she has, or a nice face. But that's not real love. You can't be loving the individual for what they say or what they look like, because a man's always going to tell you what he wants you to hear, so he can get something out of you. If it's the wrong type of individual, remember. Same with a woman. She might manipulate her appearance to satisfy the needs of the male, to draw him in also. So like, how to spot it? There be jealousy, enviness, control, manipulation, guilt trips, etc. They do everything. And the worst thing is, if you have fallen for them, it's going to be quite difficult for you to see through that illusion, because they're masters of manipulation. I'm talking about men and women here. You gotta realise, are you an energy vampire also? And if so, what can you do to change that fact? Because deep down within like your higher self, you should realise and know that you're in the wrong. And if you don't, then you're completely delusional. You're operating in a fear basis of control, maybe because at some point in your life you found out that you're not in control. You're not in control of anything, and some people can't deal with that fact, so maybe the only thing they feel they can control is the other person. And in some cases it's true, because that person, the other person, may not know their own self-worth, or they may be insecure and seek for their worth or happiness within another individual. But if you are having any of these thoughts of being controlling, you've got to draw yourself back, keep your mouth shut, and ask yourself, why am I having these thoughts? Why, for example, why am I telling her she can't have piercings or tattoos, put makeup on, go out clubbing or whatever? And you'll come up with many excuses to try prove yourself right, down to like religious beliefs, not even religious beliefs, just your own beliefs. But you've got to remember that they're not the other person's beliefs. You've got to bring yourself back, look into like the paradox of what you're seeing. Because if you're starting to be that controlling individual, you're not truly in love. Because if you love someone, you appreciate them for what they are, and you plant seeds of prosperity and freedom and love within that individual, so you can help them, to allow them to become the greatest versions of themselves, whilst you're also doing the same, and vice versa. But if you're saying all of these things and you're trying to control them, it's not love. I don't care how much you talk to yourself and basically try to convince yourself that you are in love with them. You're not. Because love is the absence of judgment. If you truly love that individual, you wouldn't judge them for the so-called mistakes they've made in the past, or what they cease to be doing within the present moment. You just observe it and not judge it. For instance, like if we look around and we see a beautiful flower, a rose, we don't pick it up, because once we pick it up, it ceases to be what it truly is, and we don't allow it to blossom into the beautiful creation of what it is and what it is to become. We pick it and then it dies. So just remind yourself, if whenever you're having these feelings of control, enviness, jealousy, just remind yourself, or remind the individual, remind the energy vampire who's doing it towards you, that it's not true love. We have to have absence of judgment and love the individual for what they are. No measure of beautiness is worth the mental slavery they offer, or the beautiful words they may sing. None of it's worth the destructive actions they also provide with it. Know your worth. Love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love other people. And just yeah, just be careful out there, guys and girls. Be careful. Sometimes we have to go through these relationships in order to truly experience the blissness of true love and the understanding of growth and whatnot. Don't let anyone take your happiness away from you. No one can. You may feel like they can, but we're unconsciously enabling that person to become more powerful than us once we allow them to possess these types of traits within us. You have to get out of them relationships. They're toxic people. They drain all the energy out of you. and there create a molded sort of mask to place on yourself. And if you allow that mask to be placed on your face throughout the duration of a period of time, just like that movie The Mask, how he puts it on and then he can't seem to take it off, that's what will happen to you. You'll forget who you are, you'll forget your self-worth, you'll just be an empty vessel of the imagination of the other being. If you are one of these individuals, once you start to look within yourself and try to understand the reasons of why you're feeling this, these are the first steps to love. You're starting to accept and appreciate the understanding of the new acknowledgement towards how you treat others and how you treat yourself. If we imagine every other human being on this planet as just a reflection of a reflection and extension of ourselves, then we'd realise that somehow it is all connected. These people are a reflection of what you are or can be. Yeah. So then, if that was a fact, if every single human being here was but a reflection of aspects of your own reality and personality, then the only person judging you is yourself. You've got to realise you can't change the individual. They have to want to change from within themselves. I know it can be really hard because you love this person and you want them in your life, but you've got to put yourself first sometimes. You have to be selfish to become selfless and realise what's going on. Step out of the little paradigm that you're in within this relationship and look at the whole picture. And just remember, love is about appreciation and acceptance. It's not about control and possession. If anyone else has any subjects that they'd like to suggest, I'm more than open to read them and make videos on them, just so you can possibly get another perspective on the matter. Because sometimes that's all we need. We just need to listen to another person's perspective on things, just so we can love and understand this bizarre, crazy, beautiful, divine experience. Try and make a little bit more sense of it, I guess. Careful out there, guys. Look after yourself. Much love.